Joining us now is Vinh Vuong. He's the president of tech company NXTAI and the chairman of Vuong Enterprises. Vinh, thanks so much for being with us this morning. President Trump and UK's Prime Minister Boris Johnson had a phone call in January over the matter, and the conversation reportedly had the president fuming over the decision. UK's move seems to be putting a strain on our relationship with one of our closest allies. Why do you think this is the case right now?
Well, the problem is the United States does not have a solution to Huawei. Our private sector is looking for solutions, and the problem is we don't have a simple answer is we don't have a counter to Huawei and China. So the United States right now is at a crossroads in the race to 5G with China. And right now, China has 400,000 towers, 5G towers, while the United States only has 30,000. And while we're taking key steps to addressing this matter, we are still losing. And the problem is there are a group of bureaucrats who are in the way, that are really standing in the way of the United States winning this battle for 5G. So simply put, the United States does not have an answer to Huawei, and although there's tension between the U.S. and the U.K. and our allies, we don't have a solution to what Huawei has. And to take a step back, the administration has recognized this in the past and has set a timeline for 2024 for private sector solutions, partnered with the government on a policy standpoint to address this matter. And ever since, the FCC has really done a great job in getting some key wins in regards to the C-band spectrum. C-band is the upper side of the spectrum for 5G, but the problem is the L-band is really critical as well. And that's where there's been a lot of hurdles, and that's what's preventing us from being able to adapt 5G, roll out 5G, build technologies around 5G, just like China and Huawei is doing. So the problem is right now bureaucrats are in the way.
Let me jump in here. You talk about bureaucrats being in the way as far as getting 5G technology. Huawei isn't new, though. In fact, there were articles written about Huawei having backdoors in the telecommunications industries since 2009 even. Why is there not an alternative at this point? It's been 11 plus years since we knew Huawei would be a problem.
Absolutely. Well, the problem is, we've had the wrong people in the wrong positions trying to figure out what to do. And luckily with this administration and with the current FCC, they have finally figured out what the problem is. They've done a great job in addressing C-band. C-band, again, is the upper spectrum of the 5G, and you need C-band. That's the backbone. And they're working on addressing the most critical issue for us to deploy 5G, which is solving spectrum. And solving spectrum, you need to have the C-band, and they've done so with approving some auctions to be able for private sector to partner with public sector to get these bandwidths. But then also they have L-band as well. L-band is the most critical thing that everyone needs to remember for 5G. There's an L-band approval awaiting by the FCC, but right now they're handcuffed by these bureaucrats from getting L-band approved. And the reason why this is really important is C-band is only one side of the spectrum. You need both sides of the spectrum, but both C plus L-band in order to be able to rapidly deploy 5G successfully. So what that means is that when you have the upper band of C-band and then the lower side, which is the L-band combined, you have the full mid-band spectrum. And with that, we'll be able to actually deploy and catch up to China and then lead China by 2024, which is what the president has set the timeline for. So right there, Sean, I think is the key thing is L-band. We have the right people in place. They're making the right decisions. But the problem is there's a group of bureaucrats who are also standing in the way of the most critical part, which is approving L-band, because L-band allows us to be able to take the C-band power, speed, and bandwidth to be able to partner with L-band. Right. So C plus L-band.
I got to cut you off, but again, I wanted the takeaway here. Okay. Time's up, but our takeaway, the L-band, we got to watch out for that approval there. That is Vinh Vuong. Thank you so much, the president of tech company NXTAI and the chairman of Vuong Enterprises. Appreciate it.